All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hunter Hunter.
Episode 41.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all things converge
Yes.
at York New City. Oh my.
I can't help but smile inside whenever I
When you ever
that
hear
name.
the name.
Yeah.
York New. Yeah. I love those kinds of things where they mock the real world names
Yes,
in some way,
absolutely.
but it's all in good fun.
Right.
And it makes sense that they would have some kind of super metropolis city, and why not
Yeah.
call it York New? Why
Exactly.
not? But we're doing a different format for Hunter Hunter because of all the issues that we've had with Hunter Hunter episodes getting blocked and such. We are going to be relying on a timer, guys. So I know that might not be your favorite solution for a lot of you, but
This is
bear
the only
with us.
consistent solution.
This is the only
could
consistent
find.
solution we can actually do. So we're going to basically give you guys a part where you can sync up
Right.
with the beginning of the episode, and then you can watch the whole thing, and you're effectively getting full-length reactions
Exactly.
for free.
Yeah.
The only bummer is that you have to get the
Episode somewhere else.
to get the episode somewhere else.
And in the case of if, like, say the opening is like in the middle of the episode, then that will be something to watch out for. You'll have to resync it.
Exactly. We'll try to keep it as simple as possible, and we're going to keep the conversation going with you guys as well. I mean, of course, we're not really jumping into the comments like ever with Hunter Hunter, but if you have something that you want to make sure gets to us, like ask for like a moderator or someone in the Discord, or if you are in the Discord, try and relay a message to one of them there, and it'll get to us, and we can figure out a way to make this a little bit better.
Yes.
But guys, this is our commitment to you guys. We are never quitting Hunter Hunter.
Exactly.
No matter what the problems, the obstacles we face.
That's right. All 148 episodes.
We are the brothers that do not stop.
Yeah.
We are like Gon and Killua in that regard, with like
Don't go jinxing
way
anything now.
absolutely different Hatsu specializations. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Don't go jinxing it, because we know that God and Killer are eventually at some point going to have some problems.
And it's going to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow, this story line looks to be very exciting, given that they're bringing everyone into the same place, except...
For different reasons.
Yeah, for very different reasons.
Yeah.
Except we're not 100% sure on where Leorio is in all this.
Yeah.
I think he might be already there, like doing his studying and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool to maybe get an answer to that relatively quickly before the auction goes down. And all the crazy action with the Phantom Troupe that could potentially happen. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, man, we're hyped. So it's gonna be really good. So without further ado, let's get into this episode and see what happens. Cool.
All right.
Nice. Little internet hub here.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
This is hilarious. I love it.
Wow.
Dang.
Just the information.
Right. Jeez. It's like 200,000. Whoa.
Okay, so they use Nen to communicate?
Oh shoot, they're in it. They got pulled into the actual environment.
Oh, that is awesome.
Oh my gosh. Well, of course.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously.
But I think they're saying it was made with Nen specifically.
Right. Whoa. I wonder if it was a conjurer combined with
Pulling
a manipulator.
the player inside the game.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Gotcha.
What happens to you if you die? Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Oh, see, they don't know necessarily what happens when you die, but...
All right.
Yeah, it's got to be accurate. You don't really have any choice but to believe them. Whoa.
Okay.
Jeez. That's like 890... Like, it's like $89 million.
Right.
What's that mean? Right. The G ranking obtaining difficulty. Yeah, it sounds pretty low. Jing.
I don't think there's anything simple about this, though.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to steal it.
Right.
And it's an auction, so it'll probably end up going way higher.
But what do they have to sell? Oh, that's a genius.
But what are you going to find that's worth that much?
All right, sure. Let's get business-minded here.
How valuable is the stuff they're going to find on flea market? Oh, okay.
No, they have 800 million. They're pretty wealthy.
That's a good point.
Just by being competent fighters in this world, you can get all kinds of money by, risking your life and limb.
Right.
But in this case, they're buying low, selling high. Let's get some economics in here. They probably didn't make much. So they're about to invest 70 million to try and get 9 billion. Oh. So they were doing online auctioning, buying and selling. I thought they were going to buy things and take them to the auction and then try and upsell them.
Okay.
Cool.
Is one of them going to come back with a pair of eyes?
Probably not. Every time I hear his voice, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're from JoJo's, but I'm not exactly sure.
Someone said that that's actually Dio.
It sounds like Dio. I just didn't want to assume and end up being wrong. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Right, but that sounds more like... Yeah, good, Kurapika.
Right. An attack we'd actually have to worry about.
Yeah. He's not answering the question.
No questions asked. Okay.
Okay.
Is this going to be our first main character meeting Phantom Troupe?
Oh, my.
Oh.
No, it's real.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez.
All right.
It's intentionally put there to scare you guys so that you don't step out of line. Okay. Yes! Yes! Please tell me this is the boss.
Yes.
Because I am not underestimating her at all.
Oh, no. The smaller and cuter they are, the more you have to be worried. Every time that sound.
Yeah, it sounds like a phone's going off somewhere. Of course you were. I'm intimidated. I'm intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know someone with that face could go full yandere in like 0.2 seconds.
They're always smiling. What happens when they don't smile?
And all these people have nens, so...
Exactly. So
you don't
size
know.
matters not.
Yes, size matters not. Well said. Oh. Oh.
This is the leader.
This is the Phantom Troupe guy, yeah. Oh. Oh, Hisoka? No, okay. Pretty woman. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many names.
Vinx.
Calm down, Ida. Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
I love when antagonists have their group where they all, like, know each other.
Right.
Oh. The muscle.
Yeah. Is that the dragon figure, basically? The really strong one that the main characters will have to beat?
Maybe. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I like her design. Yeah. Like, I know the boss is probably one of the strongest ones.
Yeah.
But when they casually introduce side characters that have that little bit of extra detail given to their character design, you're like,
well, especially considering what we know of Nen, it's based on most of the time smarts, not actual like power.
Right.
So the leader, I'm guessing, is probably a specialist because Hisoka said that they were like tend to be like more charismatic and
individualistic,
stuff.
Yeah. She can see the future? Maybe, maybe not. Wait, what if that meeting is the Phantom Troupe meeting?
Yeah. They're not letting us hear his voice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Money, please.
Yeah, here we go.
Nen contracts or something.
Yeah. Whoa.
Not at all creepy.
Holy crap.
Or is she like infusing Nen into them so like the people that read it have something
No,
happen to them?
she's getting information and passing it on through into the paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whoa. That's an extremely useful technique.
Yeah.
Like, as far as having connections going, like... Since he has Dio's voice, I kind of don't trust him, like, instinctively.
I know.
But whoa. Wait, that girl. She was the one that did Dio's... I'm not Dio, Hisoka's injuries. She did the arm thing.
I don't think so.
I think it was her. Oh.
Oh, okay, this is Phantom Troupe.
Yeah, they are the Phantom Troupe, yeah. Yeah, Hisoka. See?
Okay,
it is her.
Yep, it is.
You,
okay.
Yeah. That's not, like, he's my responsibility.
Exactly.
Oh. Let's not have a fight before we get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Too late. Oh. There's a little yapping on both ends.
Just another day.
They're just fighting. They're casually talking. Something at the auction. This is exciting. Getting a lot of build up here.
Right.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. It's way more useful than I thought it would be. Right, generally.
I like that they require interpretation, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because it could go wrong. Oh. This guy seems serious. The plot thickens.
Yeah.
This is getting complicated. I like it. Of course. Oh, crap.
And we've got the main antagonistic guy
here.
with the book.
Yep. He's been here this whole time. Yep. I wonder if she didn't want him to tell them about that, because everyone's whoa.
Ahsoka wants to kill the boss.
Yeah. All of them?
All of them, yeah.
Yeah. Ah. Right.
Why would he gather all of them?
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
We've got a reputation to live up to, after all.
They're gonna make a lot of enemies. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's actually kind of smart for the big brute guy to bring up. His eyes are so big.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course.
Right.
I love these guys.
This is... Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
And Kurapika's gonna go right into the thick of it.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Don't get triggered, dude. Don't do it. She noticed. Oh.
No, there's 7 of them and 13 of the Phantom Troupe.
And it's going to be pure chaos, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which generally favors the attackers.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, this is going to be good. Kurapika's stern resolve on his face.
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah. This is good.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's building up.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Things are getting crazy because we've got the boys, gone and Killua. They're kind of distracted right now, which I think is good because if they jumped into the thick of this whole thing when it was going down, I would seriously doubt the logic behind them surviving most of the chaos.
None of them are going to see this coming. Kurapika is kind of going to see it coming, but even then, he doesn't really know what's coming.
No, he does, because I feel like he's the kind of person who would actually know, okay, I know
how
generally which 13 members of the Phantom Troupe there are. He's like, recent data means I'm only going to really know about 9 of them. He's like, I know not to screw with the leader because he's all kinds of whack. And then maybe those 2 I don't care with, but it's like the main ones to watch out for are these 5 or something.
So, do you know what this reminds me of?
Because he wanted to build a mental profile
yes.
on the people there. He would do the same thing for the Phantom Troupe.
Right. Now, okay. This reminds me of Die Hard.
Oh, sure.
Okay, because originally I thought the Phantom Troupe were going to be some of the people supplying the items at the auction, right? And they were going to be basically banking on the fact that maybe they got a bunch of the Kurd eyes, or maybe they stole a bunch of the game previously, and this is how they're going to liquidate the assets, right? But this,
right.
like, okay,
this simplifies things in a good way.
This simplifies things in a very good way because it the line for Hans Gruber just fits so perfectly. It's not that it's like, oh, you're just a common thief. No, I am an exceptional thief. Yeah. Like you know, when you steal $600, yeah, you can disappear. But when you steal 600 million, you can't just disappear. They will find you.
Right,
and he's just declaring war, basically.
Right, which is kind of interesting because the picture I'm getting of the main boss is someone who has a little bit of crazy, but is extremely intelligent.
Right.
And also maybe keeps a little bit of his true intentions behind the mask of the persona of being the leader of the Phantom Troupe.
Right.
And people kind of, worship him a little bit, give him that added respect. So we saw the guy with the Ninja Gaiden whatever mask thing. I think that's kind of a Ninja Gaiden thing. But anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. But then Hisoka even having the look of the where he's like, I want to fight this guy. And since he is in there as an infiltrator, and he is trying to take down the Phantom Troupe in some way.
Well, or at least he's playing them somehow.
He is playing
and it might be that maybe he specifically is doing all this just because he wants the chance to fight the main guy.
That would be so much like Hisoka. Like, imagine how this goes, Jacob. So Kurapika ends up maybe like ousting one member of the Phantom Troupe.
Yeah,
a really solid fight.
Like the big guy.
No. I'm talking like someone that was I'm sure none of the Phantom Troupe are throwaway characters.
No.
But my point is I feel like Kurapika will surprise them with how good he is.
Right.
And will like just eliminate one of them. And then they'll be like, whoa, kill him. And then he'll lead them into like some kind of trap or something. And then Hisoka, of course, chases us. He's like, oh, this is interesting. And then when it all goes down, Kurapika and Hisoka team up.
Yeah. And that's what could be just so amazing.
So good.
Because Hisoka has been the bad guy this entire time. Or at the very least,
antagonistic towards the main character.
Yes. But if like we had to pick a villain from the beginning of the story up till now, really, because up till now we knew about the Phantom Troupe, but they were more of Kurapika's personal enemies, right?
Yes. And now they're about to be the enemies of the world, basically, or at least all of the underground, which is interesting that they're bringing up the Phantom Troupe's designs to basically become the wealthiest people in the underground or something like that.
Right.
But they are introducing this business underground mafia family alongside that. I don't think they're just getting propped up to be destroyed by the Phantom Troupe.
No, I think it's for the aftermath.
Yeah, I think it's for the aftermath of where we're going to have this kind of crazy gang on gang on gang on gang on gang warfare, and then the Phantom Troupe is just in the middle of it, and maybe
afterwards that will be some crazy thing where then suddenly the gangs, because like common enemy unites even the bitterest of foes. So
sure,
when people said that this show was great for like an ever expanding world, I did not think that they would go into the underground of said world so quickly.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like there is a good reason for them to do it here, particularly because it fits into Kurapika's revenge storyline.
Yeah.
But they went pretty in depth into this family and brought in the girl Neon and tied her in with the whole mansion side of things. So it's more of the stepping stone in Kurapika's journey towards revenge against the Phantom Troupe.
Right.
So they could get completely decimated in the next 7 episodes or so. But I could also see this being the beginning of where the actions at this York New auction ends up having this rippling effect that kind of, maybe that's what the leader is intending, is he's trying to create some kind of precision chaos that like triggers a chain reaction of specific events, and then they'll profit off of that almost more than the actual stealing.
Yeah,
because I feel like we're maybe overcomplicating them a bit much, because they were dropping numbers about just the game alone that are in the multi-billions. Right. So they don't really need any other reason other than the money, and have it be kind of a Hans Gruber diehard thing where it's just like, no, we're not terrorists. What are you talking about? We just want the money.
Yeah,
and we're gonna go.
There is a lot.
Yeah, then we're gonna go on an island.
Yeah, it's sitting on the beach earning 20%.
Earning 20%. Yeah, exactly.
I love this. I love this so much. And also, okay, when you said the whole thing of like that the leader seems to be a little bit crazy, but also very intelligent and calculating.
Yeah,
that is a summary that makes my insides turn a little bit when it's used for bad guys, because it is used so often, especially when it's not deserved. But with this guy, the fact that he maintains this like element of rule of cool and mystery even among his
subordinates,
even among his subordinates, which helps like give reasons for them to follow him, because for all they know, all the stuff that he's doing is almost magic, you know.
Right. And I know that Nen is not something mysterious to any of the members of the Phantom Troupe. They are all probably deadly Nen practitioners. But I get the feeling that one of the reasons why is he's going to be our first specialist.
Right.
Absolutely. I hope that the specialists in this show end up being cool. But the way they described them initially was that specialists are kind of like
mysterious
but no, they're kind of generally not good at Nen in general. It's that they end up having that like the way they described it is they end up having that like that one thing that they're good at, and then other than that,
and it'll kind of just break the rules, which is really interesting, because that is a way that like. Because since in this show they almost set up the big bruiser guy as like the opposite of this, where it's about basically concealing what you can do, right? So a bunch of the people in there, including like say Hisoka, probably don't actually know what the leader's abilities are, because if you see them, that means you are going to die, right?
Or maybe it's kind of a thing of he's built up the notoriety of the Phantom Troupe by a lot of his own actions, and there's a story about how he was like a member of the Phantom Troupe and arose to be the leader by killing the old leader, and maybe the old leader was one that was like even more terrifying.
It's also possible, and I don't know how old the Phantom Troupe is, but what if he started it?
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that the reason why they had that little throwaway line of how long has it been since all 13 members of the Phantom Troupe have been brought together. They didn't say like a specific time from what I remember. It's just been a long time.
Right.
That a long time is not like 5 years.
Right, yeah. It's probably
the over a decade.
It's the Dread Pirate Roberts, you know.
Sure, maybe there is something there. But the more and more we get into introducing the Phantom Troupe, I want to talk about something that's very simple in that they do it here, but a lot of stories avoid doing this. Making the antagonists be actual characters. I think it's so simple to do, and they haven't really made any of them, except maybe Hisoka, be super deep yet.
Yeah, like
there's no real like, depth to go through yet. But they've basically teased it by saying, hey, you see all these characters? We're going to spend time with them, and we're going to get to know them and what they do and all this stuff.
Yes.
I get excited in the same way that, in a way, Bleach let me down with the Gotei 13, because I feel like that was an example of this, like they were ripping off this, but for the good guys. And yet those characters were pretty shoddy. So maybe this is the good example of that.
And I would say the better thing to compare it to of how it's done poorly from Bleach is not actually the Gotei 13, but
the Espada.
The Espada. And one of the reasons, like, because the idea of introducing all these like of having a bunch of varied like character designs and stuff, and being like, yeah, these guys are badass and all that stuff, that should be like a good thing that you can get behind and be like, yes, this is going to be awesome. But a lot of times, especially when it's done with villains, because it's done a lot more with like the evil league of evil than with the protagonists, right? And then it's like, these are obstacles for the protagonist to overcome.
No. I've generally seen it as where the protagonists will have the squad, and there will be two of them that are actually important characters, two of them that are side characters, and the rest don't matter. Generally, in this, the antagonists are the one perfect, evil person who always does everything perfectly. And then they have, like, one or two underlings.
Gotcha.
But generally they try to keep the squad thing away from the villains. I'm thinking, like, in all forms of storytelling, Jacob, not just anime. Like,
sure.
Because even then, most of it will be the difference between having the couple villains and the whole, like, number of underlings with no-name, faceless, whatevers. And this is, like, every one of these people has a personality and different.
And I would say the reason why they're able to do it like this and have it work so well is because these guys are the ones that were set up to be the bad guys, essentially, right?
Yes.
That's
true. From a long time ago.
So originally we thought, because HunterxHunter likes to do this where they do these little misdirections, right?
Yes, that's true.
And originally, I mean, you'd probably agree,
yeah,
I was
probably
pretty dang sure that Kurapika's employer was at the very least connected to the Phantom Troupe, if not like one of them, right? But that clearly is not the case.
Nope.
And when they're introducing the Phantom Troupe, there's the obvious sort of like token bad guy looking guy, right? Like the bruiser guy.
The big bruiser guy,
The big bruiser guy. That's why I think he's going to be one of the people to die first. I think he's going to end up charging in, and he'll be the one causing all the mayhem, but he's letting his abilities be known to everybody. Like he's putting a target on his back. Whereas there's the other people, most of the characters that we've been introduced to in the Phantom Troupe don't look like bad guys.
They don't.
There's the mummy character, and it's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. But then there's the cleric librarian looking person, and then the person who is doing the sewing for Hisoka. That person looks like just a pretty normal
regular person.
Nothing that screams, I'm
evil.
A bad guy.
Yeah.
Evil, right? Which begs the question then, why are they a part of the Phantom Troupe? What do they want?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All of that stuff. Which makes it
way more
easier.
interesting.
Yeah, way more interesting for these characters, because even though you don't really know much about them as a person, they are a contradiction. There's something that's contradictory about them right out the gate.
There's a contradiction regarding the stereotype of these characters being villains. If anything, the boss has the environment cultivated for him to look like a villain, but even then, his design doesn't necessarily scream villain 100% either. It's kind of in the same way Hisoka does. He seems a little bit creepy. Mm-hmm. His eyes get a little bit too wide sometimes. And he speaks with the deep voice of the anime villain.
Right.
Which, is fine.
Yeah.
But I looked at the character designs and kind of pictured them in my head of being like, okay, I see them all in a group. And like maybe 7 of them, if I saw them alone in a crowd, I would just be like, oh, there's another cool design of a character.
Exactly, yeah.
And that is so good because that's terrifying to think about. Right. Imagine if, like, at least half of these characters live throughout the next arc, which I'm actually assuming very few of them will die.
Right. I agree.
I'm in the party of saying 2 of them will die tops.
Maybe 3. Yeah.
Maybe 3.
But,
maybe. I think that's a very low likelihood. But
yes.
I also don't think that the characters we think are going to be the big characters, except for Hisoka and the boss, are going to be the big characters. I think that your assumption about the big brute being someone that's going to do the dumb brute thing, I think that's wrong. Because he came up with the thing of, if we do this, we're going to anger everyone. But none of the stereotypical analytical type looking design said that.
That's true.
And he said that because it got him excited. So I'm already seeing him as having the most depth of the new Phantom Troupe characters that introduced. He actually has given away the passion and the why that his character gives for being in the Phantom Troupe. No one else really besides Hisoka do we know why they're in there. I mean, we might know the Nen Stitches girls a little bit,
possibly,
but not really that much.
Yeah.
But the other characters, we're going to start to get little interactions, kind of like the little silly one with Nobunaga and his name's very easy to remember, but the other kind of brutish, Hulk-looking guy.
Yeah, with the stretched out ears. Yeah.
Yeah. Frankenstein monster.
And they end up fighting each other.
That was so great. I feel like they are characters that have amoral tendencies, but they feel like real people still.
Yeah. And that's very interesting that you bring that up, because that that whole trope of like the characters that are constantly like at each other's throats and stuff.
Yeah.
That's usually done for on the good guy side, right? Where you have the two characters that just run each other the wrong way. You know, I'm gonna beat you one day. You know.
Yeah.
But of course, they never actually do end up killing each other.
Right.
But by introducing that for the bad guys and having it have that same kind of playful atmosphere to it, as opposed to like, no, there will be blood tonight, you know. But them just being like, all right, let's fight. Like, it's not what I expected.
Words are meaningless. They're like. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is great. And then of course the other guys like ignore them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like whatever, they just keep talking. Oh man.
Yeah.
One of the things that I want to bring up with the other characters who were kind of brought in to be compatriots to Kurapika is. You've noticed that each one of them has stayed consistent to their kind of their shtick, their personality. But I like how observant the smaller girl with the shrew teeth is, because I'm getting the vibe that they are actually trying to make us get a little bit, sympathetic with these characters.
And then she's gonna die.
And she's gonna die.
Well, yeah,
but
okay.
also the idea that there are people in this world of HunterxHunter that are just cold, vicious, and they don't care about anyone else.
Right.
But we're seeing something strange here, I think, with I wish I remembered her name, but with her character kind of looking out for Kurapika. And it might actually be fear. It might be a thing of,
possibly.
She's a Kurta, and this is about to get a little bit interesting. I'm
a
little bit worried about.
Yeah.
Sorry, I called Kurapika her again. I'm so sorry.
You did.
But the dynamic there basically hints at some things that I'm not really sure I want to even really predict, because I want to wait for some more stuff to come in the next episode.
Okay,
but
now, of the people that are with Kurapika, how many of them do you think are going to die?
All of them.
I think almost all of them.
They're all dead.
I hope almost all of them die because that's...
It's a cool way to have people fight to build up the Phantom Troupe. And I am totally fine with sacrificing cool characters in the story to build up other characters.
Yes.
Because it makes sense that the Phantom Troupe would be so good that these bodyguards would be
they're toast.
Oh, yeah, you're a manipulator and you do what? Oh, that's great. I've killed 50 Nen users over my lifetime.
Yeah, because
nothing.
What they're when you have a show that goes for a long time, it doesn't have to be like a shonen. This happens in other shows too.
Right.
There are a few things that cut the legs out from underneath the villains that are supposed to be badass and terrifying.
Yes.
Like the fact that they just can't seem to ever kill any of the main characters. Not even main characters, but side characters.
Yeah. They're usually pretty useless. Especially when it comes to kind of the underlings. You usually save that one horrifying character death that the big bad will give. Yeah. But by the fact that they're just dumping side characters into this story.
They're basically
okay. Just gonna shotgun blast side characters all over the York New Auction. And there's going to be more. We're going to be introduced to more that we might not even get the names of, but they'll jump in and have a cool Nen usage type Hatsu ability, and then maybe a cool design, and they'll just get one-shotted by someone. It'll be
just gone. There you
go. Chaos. All right.
Bye-bye. Cool. Yeah.
So one of the things that the writer of this story is doing quite well in this bit is he's simplifying the plot lines, but he's complicating the variables. He's basically making...
Which seems almost contradictory.
It does, but the plot line being the York New Auction and the battle at York New Auction is great, because we don't need to know how is it going to resolve after that. We just know stuff will happen.
Yes.
And all these variables, like you said, are going to get shotgun blasted into the mix, and we'll be like, who gets splatted on the wall and who gets to run away safe?
Yep.
We'll see.
And I love that they're making it so that the good guys don't know that this attack is coming, even though we very much know that this attack is coming. Because when when both sides are aware, then that means that both sides should be preparing. Right? And that
doesn't make for as interesting story.
That doesn't make for as interesting of a story because it tends to slow things down.
Yep.
Whereas
it's kind of like the siege battle when a castle is about to be, attacked by some army.
Right.
Or something.
Like if you were to actually siege battles aren't like in Lord of the Rings where you get a ton of catapults, light the rocks on fire, and just start hurling them perpetually.
No, it's a bunch of people staring at each other across open fields.
Exactly, waiting for them to starve.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So in this, you basically have a city being besieged, in a way, by a roving band of terrifying bandits who are way more than just bandits.
Oh, yeah.
And they feel confident that they can run into this massive metropolis and just wreck everything. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's one of those rare things where because they've built up this thing that the bad guys are trying to do.
Yeah.
To be so ridiculous, so audacious.
Yeah.
I want to see them succeed.
I want to see them succeed too.
I'm really looking forward to that. If you haven't checked out the TV trope page for The Magnificent Bastard, I highly recommend you do it.
I would say awesome. Hisoka is a pretty good Magnificent Bastard.
Well,
maybe not as much.
Well, yeah, but one of the things that it basically says in there that a lot of villains try to be this, even though they often don't do it well.
Sure.
But the idea is that they have to set their sights so high and try and do something so ridiculous that everyone's just like, no, there's no way that'll work. That's impossible. But then you actually watch them do it and do it with so much style and just that you're just like,
wow. Yep.
You magnificent bastard.
Exactly. So Phantom Troupe will win.
Yes.
They will probably sustain a couple losses.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. They might not. I see them losing anywhere from 0 to 2 Phantom Troupe members. I think they kind of foreshadowed that a little bit by how casually they mentioned the replacing of numbers 4 and 8. And I like how they talk about them in numbers because it's going to be much easier to remember the numbers than the names.
And Hisoka's number 4, right?
Hisoka is number 4.
Yeah. Which makes you think maybe Hisoka orchestrated the...
I think he definitely did. Yeah. But it's the question of why is he not getting the real tattoo if he's infiltrating? Why is he getting the kind of the sticky bungee gum kind of equivalent thing?
Yeah. Right.
The questions that will be answered soon at some point.
Here's a thought.
What's that?
Now, Hisoka and Illumi were teamed up for the Hunter exam.
Right.
But what if that wasn't why they teamed up? It wasn't just that they found each other in the Hunter exam and they're like, hey, let's team up.
Sure.
What if they actually have plans together?
Oh.
So, now, I don't think...
maybe they have plans against the Phantom Troupe in some way together?
I don't know.
Because I feel like Illumi is going to come back in the story at some point.
But not necessarily right now.
But right now. But I feel like he's the kind of person that would be someone that Hisoka would kind of rely on as kind of that frenemy ally,
Yeah,
kind of some person that they're not really friends and they're not really enemies and they're not really allies. They're kind of all of the above.
But they make a pretty good team.
Yeah, they can make a good team.
Yeah. So long as you don't go near gun.
Right. But I wonder if, because I originally thought he was a part of the Phantom Troupe.
Right, me too. Yeah.
But since he's not, once Killua gets involved and stuff, I could see the story bringing him into this whole thing and get a little bit of chaos as well.
What if the fact that the Phantom Troupe, right, they're going to kill all who oppose them, they go after Killua, what if that basically, it's like you realize that's going to make everyone
mad. Recognize he's a Zoldyck or something?
Right. Well, what if it basically makes it so that the Zoldyck family
gets involved,
gets in a beef with the Phantom Troupe? Yeah.
I think because of what Gon and Killua are doing, which, by the way, we haven't really talked much about what they're doing, they went into a video game, basically. A website,
but
granted. But it's basically that same kind of thing.
Right, and they established that that's what the video game also does, and that if you die in there, you don't seem to come back.
Yeah, something goes wrong. I think that maybe the Nen in the game runs off of the people that have failed in the game in some way. Like, it takes their nen and, like, redistributes
and if you're
it
killed,
to keep power in the game.
You die.
Because I get the feeling that the game has some kind of nen-based, like, servers. Like, it's not like it's an actual, like, single-player experience.
Okay.
It's kind of like a nen-powered server of sorts. But bringing this back to Illumi, Killua and Gon don't necessarily have the strongest reason now to go to the auction. That's where things could get a little bit interesting, is that they ran out of money. They're going to York New anyway.
To meet up with Kurapika and Leorio.
Right, but
But
will they be there in time for the chaos? Will they get there before the chaos and avoid it? Will they be in the thick of it fighting characters and such? I get the feeling that it would be kind of something that the writer of this he'd rather die than basically have his main characters get shunted off for, with this big battle and
things. And I don't think we have to worry about that because
right.
how much Gon loves the thrills of fighting.
Right, but what if in the chaos they let's just take a game. Let's just steal one.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Because Gon and Killua aren't lawful good people.
Right.
So they're just
they could
snag it.
Yeah. So
they use some Zetsu or something, and they just like and they're out. So that was my thought, because Killua also has his assassin techniques, and combining that with what he's learned since encountering someone like Castro.
And he
could easily probably steal one in the ensuing chaos.
This is something that would be really interesting. Mm-hmm. So the Phantom Troupe and the main characters do not have a beef right now.
No,
not yet. The only beef that there is that Kurapika hates the Phantom Troupe, understandably, right?
Right, but that's a good distinction, is that it's only Kurapika who actually has a problem with them right now.
Right. Now, Gon and Killua, Gon and Leorio might, because of Kurapika, on behalf of Kurapika. But they don't really, right?
Right.
And there will, of course, be a lot of conflict, because they will come into conflict with the Phantom Troupe. But the Phantom Troupe doesn't have any... Gon and Killua and everybody else, they're not on the Phantom Troupe's radar. They're on Hisoka's radar.
Yes.
So, what if the way they instigated basically lasting conflict with the Phantom Troupe? So what if Gon and Killua, they're like, oh yeah, we'll just steal the game from the Phantom Troupe. Perfect, right? But then they're like, wait a minute. While we're here, let's just take like a lot of stuff.
Well, I think that's going to be one of the problems about the auction, is once the Phantom Troupe attacks, everyone will be in a mad hysteria to grab stuff and get out, or fight, or do whatever, protect their own interests.
Right, so the Phantom Troupe need to make it so that by the time people realize we're being robbed, like the Phantom Troupe's here, they've already pretty much rounded up all the stuff. And that's a way that they could have conflicts with the Phantom Troupe without it being too much of a problem, because they would have a reason for the Phantom Troupe to be spread out, because they have to get everything, right? They're doing the ambitious goal.
So that begs the question, do people know what the members of the Phantom Troupe look like?
I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
Right.
I think that maybe the leader is known.
Maybe.
Because that's probably why he's sending them.
Sure. Yeah.
And he shrouds himself in mystery.
And as soon as he basically shows up on site, people are like, oh, it's the Phantom Troupe.
We gotta go.
This is a problem.
I'm gonna call in sick for the next 2 months. Sorry, I just I have a bad case of survivor's instinct. But with the conflict headed in this direction, and Gon and Killua kind of being segued a little bit.
Right.
Do you think this is going to do the thing where they'll come in more towards the end after the chaos to help Kurapika?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
I'm a little bit geographically confused about where they stopped off to go to the little internet hub thing. I'm guessing that is in York New. But because York New is probably a super metropolis, they could be in York New and the auction could be happening, 50 kilometers somewhere else.
Yeah.
And, they would never really interact with anyone, going to that event and stuff.
Now here's what I'm wondering. So, Kurapika is specifically trying to target the Phantom Troupe, right?
Specifically, yes.
Right? He is on the hunt.
Yes. And he's utilizing all of this as a means
as a means to an end.
Right.
So, when the Phantom Troupe show up,
will he ditch the whole thing and just go AWOL and
possibly
assassin
because here's something that I could definitely see happening.
Yeah.
That Kurapika basically goes after one of the Phantom Troupe members because so this is predicting off of predictions.
Yeah.
But I think the Phantom Troupe members will be spread out at the onset.
Yeah. They won't lumber in like a a cowboy gang.
No, they'll all already be there since no one knows who they are. They can get real up close.
Except for that big guy. He might tip it off a little bit too early.
Maybe, but that's profiling.
Well, we'll see. Yeah.
But they spring everything at once so that way they can have separated fights because having multiple sides on each fight is complicated, right?
Right.
That's tough. So they could have Kurapika basically go after one of the Phantom Troupe members, right? And then Gon and Killua try to do their stealing thing, and then maybe they have to fight one of the Phantom Troupe members in order to pull it off. Because they're fighting the one that grabbed the games or something.
I just imagined something. Leorio comes in to buy stuff at the auction with his books and everything. He sits down, he's all excited, and then suddenly everything goes wrong. He's like, what the hell? I'm out! And he's like running away. He's like, wait, Kurapika? Gone? What is happening? He's just freaking out because everyone's here. He's like, Ahsoka. That's actually a good point. A lot of people might know Ahsoka is there and kind of single him out and be like, hey, you're a problem. But no one necessarily knows that Hisoka is a member of the Phantom Troupe.
Right, and exactly.
So if they could be a great distraction to kick things off.
Well, I was thinking the person that'll probably end up being the distraction, if anybody, would be the big guy.
Oh, yeah, and he starts a fight with someone.
Exactly. And then that would draw the attention of Kurapika. And it would be the perfect dragon for him to fight. Not that he'll win, but that basically it would be an established face for the Phantom Troupe. Because I don't know how many of them Kurapika actually knows the identities of.
Because I think he might know around half.
Yeah, he probably knows.
I don't think he knows all of them.
Right, but he probably doesn't know all of them because he didn't know that Hisoka was part of the Phantom Troupe, right?
Well, Hisoka's new.
Hisoka's new, granted.
Yes.
But with the person that had the. Well, no. He knew right away that the person that pretended to be in the Phantom Troupe wasn't.
Yeah.
Of course, that didn't make him any less.
But that's a good tip, though, is that he knows that person wasn't in the Phantom Troupe.
Right, but I think when he gave the explanation, it was something of they
spider
they
tattoo is
fake.
Yeah.
No. It was that they don't bother keeping track of the people they've killed because they've killed too many.
Oh, that's right. That was so good.
That was awesome. So, he wasn't able. It wasn't the face of the guy that made him able to determine that he wasn't part of the Phantom Troupe. I mean, maybe it was too, but that wasn't the reasoning he used. He could have said, I know what the Phantom Troupe look like, and you're not one of them.
Right. I think also boldly proclaiming that information might not have been prudent. And I think Kurapika is
that's
exceptionally prudent.
Yes.
He knows how to keep everything close to his chest. Except when it comes to his clan and seeing red eyes in a jar, it's a little bit of a sore spot. Yeah,
right.
He's a little bit raw there. Yeah. I think that's some pretty good discussion for this episode.
This was a great episode.
This is a doozy.
I am gosh, so excited for what
hands
happens
down
next.
For introducing 15 characters.
Yeah.
In one. Well, no, it was less than 15. It was 13 or 14. Because there's the daughter and the dad.
Right. And
there's the 12 Phantom Troupe members.
Right.
So that's 14.
Well, 11, because there was the stitching person.
Right. So 11.
Yeah, 11, the daughter and the dad. And I would say, for all intents and purposes, the person that hired them, because he had just, talked on a TV for a little bit, and then that was it.
Right? No, we've interacted a little bit with him.
Well, okay, but this was when we saw a very new side to him this
That's
episode.
True. That's true. He was kind of the handler.
Exactly.
And it was a little bit humanizing, actually, in a way for him, because he's basically a babysitter.
Which means he's gonna die.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That voice actor is too good for...
Too Hunter. Good?
Too evil sounding.
He's too despicable.
Too despicable. Every character you play will die after 8 episodes.
After getting their head cut off and like...
Yeah. Anyways. I think that's good for now, guys.
Yes.
Well, thanks for sticking around to the end of our discussion here. I hope you enjoyed the fact that you basically got our full reaction to HunterxHunter.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing it this way basically for the foreseeable future.
Right.
We'll be keeping it consistent, Tuesday, Thursday. But if you want to watch the next one right now, or the next 2, that's true. If you're not on early access yet, you should get on that. It's in the link in the description below through our Patreon.
Yeah.
And you can watch the next 2 episodes. You can also get access to our Discord where you can chat with us about storytelling or what have you. And we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.